Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 3 vs 3 on Constellation. Playing Team 1 as the Salamanders, we've got Mielich. We've got I playing as the Dark Angels. The Dark Angels, that's what they are. And we've got Evie 7889 playing as the Imperial Fists. Whereas on Team 2, we have got this name right here, playing as the Blood Angels. We've got Khorne Berserk playing as the Farsight Enclave. And we've got Flazzer playing as the Necrons. Look at this, quite a star-studded roster of factions to be playing with today. Love the Blood Angels, always good fun to see these guys coming around and smacking things in close combat. Always impressive to see the Imperial Fists with their Siege Marines and all that gubbins. It is the Siege Marines. No, it's not. Ignore me. These are not the Imperial Fists. There's a Raven here. That implies the Raven Guard. The clue is in the name. Oh, good. I'm not redoing the introduction. I've got a very limited time today, and everything is going a bit pink som around my neck of the woods. Long story short, I'm tired, boys and girls. I'm just really tired, but that's okay. I've got a game to do. And then I can go to bed. So Necrons, they're over on the round side, and they'll be going up against Salamanders. Salamanders are not going to go for their Thunder Fire Cannons. They're going to go for a more standard Force Commander, probably into Tactical Marines, I imagine. We do have the Dark Angels able to occupy the centre. Now, I assume they're going for your motorbike or your wings of whatever his name is, wings of whatever his face is, to go around and be a bit more supportive into being able to attack the left and the right, and maybe also occupy all these lovely little bits in the centre. 2 strategic points, 2 relics, and a critical location to boot as well. Farsight Enclave will be the ones to really put a bit of pressure on there. Ideally, you don't want these guys to be building up a mass amount of orbital landing flares, as they could bring forth loads of commanders and then just basically deep strike enemies inside your bases, inside your firing lines, which is not great. And then the Blood Angels up against definitely the Raven Guard. That's what they are. At least I assume you are. Have you got any models? Yes, you are. You've got a brother captain. You are not Vin Diesel from the Siege Marines, so no, you're fine. A bit of a jump over, a bit of a leapfrog from the name who one cannot pronounce. I'm going to call him NP for this, for the sake of brevity. And this poor old Submarine Artificer not really wanted to get involved in close combat. So thankfully the brother captain will come over to attempt to save them. They're not giving up on their prize target at the moment. So just a bit of a dozy-do around things, as we are seeing a sizable amount of Scout Marines going up against the Guevassas. Also the Company Master looking to smack down Commander Arakon in close combat. Slow-moving model, but does have the ability to redeploy himself by jumping away if he wants or needs. Also got a strike team from Khorne Berserk as well. Don't think I've ever seen Khorne Berserk play the Farsight Enclave before. Pretty exciting stuff. Yeah, powerful long-range abilities from the Enclave. And yeah, just loads of scouts from both the Salamanders and the Dark Angels. Makes sense from the Dark Angels, because their scouts are remarkably good. Scouts for Salamanders a little bit slower than your average scout squad, but a lot more durable. Also has a Force Commander forcing his way on in. Necrolog keeping on top of the scouts on the left-hand side. Also, yeah, it's just a full-blown frontal assault from the Salamanders here. A couple of Necron warrior squads to try and see if they can save their souls. Or, I mean, they've got no souls, but you know what I mean? Preserve their existence, if we want to be really technical with our words here. Necrolog, where have you gone? They've gone, yeah, you're just continuing your campaign of terror against those scouts. In the sense that the Farsight Enclave seems to have acquired the positions. More strike teams coming over. 9 times out of 10 in a 1v1 scenario, the Farsight Enclave will try and avoid spending as much money as possible in the early game and just get all their heroes up and at them first and foremost. But we're seeing Khorne Berserk trying to establish some presence in the early game. Here comes an assault squad to smack up the Scout Marines. Also, big explosion from Commander Arakon. Gives them a little bit of space, allowing them to redeploy. And just Dark Angels on their own at the moment in the centre are forced back home. We've got a rogue Tech Marine doing whatever he can. Plenty of fighting going on. Over here it seems like the Necrons have managed to stabilise and capture. Not necessarily capture, just this is where they live. But I mean, as in, like, keep their hearth and home nice and safe. There we go, all the scouts dead. Force Commander will be peppered with Gauss fire as he goes home. Plenty of action in the first 5 minutes of this game. Not going to press on too far on the Dark Angels at the moment there. I mean, if they've got their centre points, that's all they really need for economic supremacy here. Got the Sternguard veteran squad, so every 789 going for the tier 2s as quickly as he can. That's a lot of assault marines to occupy them in close combat. Jumping straight on top of them. Fully engaging glorious hand-to-hand combat. Scouts are over here, though, supported now also by some tactical marines, are pushing these lads back. Commander Arachon being tied up by the company master. You really do need Commander Arachon to be able to fire away to bolster the firing line of the Farsight Enclave, but Commander Farsight stupidly good in close combat, so be able to keep that that company commander on the back lines. Got some sniper rifles from these lads as well on the left hand side. One shot, one kill on the Guevasas. Company master just frozen in time just for a brief moment. And Orca transports delivering all sorts of goodies for the Enclave. Triple Necron warriors thinking about going in, but then probably deciding to take on some more easier targets. Or just easier targets if you want to use proper grammar. Over here, you're still Raven Guard. Oh, you can tell I'm tired. Things are going on. Flayed ones chasing away the Space Marines. And at the moment, things are relatively even in terms of map control. Necrons will stop the Salamanders from having their own over here. Blood Angels capturing a listing post. A contested middle listing post, shall we call it. Big John Cena beam from the Necron Lord keeps the Scout Marines at bay. But some Sternguard veterans and a couple of scouts doing a flanking manoeuvre, so the Blood Angels have been tied up. If they can reposition these scouts to open fire once again, with the heroes of the Necrons and the Farsight Enclave are just super good, but unsupported, they will have a much more difficult time dealing with things. And while you don't necessarily need to kill the enemy heroes when you're up against the Enclave, if you can just reduce them down to very low health, that massively reduces how aggressive they are able to be. As if they die, then they lose a lot of their production capabilities. Necrons consolidating the hold on the right hand side, got a patrol team as well just because they're there. Good lord, the frame rate is not holding up very well. You can tell I'm trying to process a video in the background here. But NP deciding to go pure aggression here. Assault veterans and just assault squads as well. Pure melee damage coming in. But without the Enclave coming in to help them, they'll have to fall back. But they're keeping everyone inside the base. That's the main idea going on here. Centre now firmly within the grasp of Team 2. A couple of Razorbacks to take care of the patrol teams. They'll also kill the Builder Scabs as well. The Force Commando with a powerful flame pistol. Those guys go down without much of a fight. So with the Salamanders in tier 2, that should be potential to push the Necrons all the way back up. Maybe also helping out in the centre as well. After all, on a map like this, whoever controls the centre controls the superior economy. Also allowed, I mean, as we can see over here. Oh, I thought there was going to be a thermal plasma over here. No, never mind, there wasn't. Being able to hold the centre allows you to defend this a lot easier. Here's a TY7 Devilfish. Can't go infiltrated. But it's a bit more substantial. Health-wise, I do believe. Left and side, the Assault Marines continue to pester the Raven Guard. So not getting any killing blows on the Raven Guard at the moment, but at least keeping them inside the base, allowing the Necrons and the Tau to do their business. Necrons now going in for another push. They've got a squad of Immortals ready to break down that Razorback should it get a bit too confident. There we are. Couple of volleys. Remarkable firepower. Easily one of the best anti-vehicle squads in the game. A bit vulnerable considering that they've got very slow movement speed, but Razorback isn't going to be tying them up in close combat on account of it having no hands. Necron Lord slapping up the sentry post. Just leaving his men to do his own business. We'll see a Primaris Infernus squad. The Immortals are coming on in. Be very careful with your positioning of that tank. Absolutely crucial that you get these Necrons at least take it down just a couple of models or two, otherwise they're going to overrun you at some point. Here's the Infernus. Here comes the fire and the flames. The Necrons don't seem to mind at all. And they've got to really fold over onto the Immortals. But Razorback goes down. John Cena being preventing the Infernus from firing. And over in the centre, it looks like that Team 1 here is really struggling. All the shenaniganery going on. Well and truly, it's a wonderful teamwork that these guys are doing. With NP just showing up the flanks. Steingard veterans and the brother captain unable to really do much against these guys. But double dreadnoughts will slap on into the base, and at the moment they're going to go for a Devastator squad. Don't know if you actually come out with anti-vehicle weapons straight up from the get-go, or whether you're one of those squads that come up with just bolters and you're going to upgrade them. Somehow, somewhere, the Salamanders hold the line. The Force Commander is doing what he can. Primaris Eradicator squad as well, and the Tech Marines with their own flames just set everything on fire. Such is the Salamander way. Has to repair that furnace to keep it online. Could now also... Oh no, never mind. The mortars are still on the back lines actually. Bit of a misread from me. And look at these guys just... Limited amount of damage. Thankfully the Devilfish troop carrier comes in. He's got a couple of missile launchers to speak of his name, sir. One dreadnought will go down, but the Blood Angels not where they want to be. They want to be doing all the flanking, but this has given the Dark Angels plenty of space and time to start doing some damage and retake the central points. The Anvil taking some damage. We do have the Vault of Remembrance. So Salamanders actually, the reason why they're struggling so much so far, I think, is because they spent a significant amount of their money teching up. There's the Terminator squad. Ares telling everyone to push. It's going to be a very delicate scenario. Oh, actually, yeah, I like this. One way to force the Necrons back into their base is to just basically assault it. It's all Necrons, pardon me. All the Necrons are now forced back home. Leave the Salamanders a little bit of space to then regain all their stuff. Blood Angels coming back with a fury that Sanguinius would be proud of. So amazing teamwork from both teams here. Scouts get killed. Space Marines fall back from the encroachment of these Necrons. But the Farsight Enclave have actually been pushed all the way back home now. A resource extractor, that's cool. Little drone in the driver's seat. The Razorbacks armed with their multi-melters. Nice anti-vehicle option for the Dark Angels at this dangerous stage of the game. Got a Locust Destroyer from Flazer. Fabulous name, by the by. I do like that name, Flazer. It's just very scary, this whole Assault Marine blob from NP. Everywhere he goes, it's just death. Death on wings. I don't think that no one really on the southern side has anything that has a comparable level of melee combat. Nice positioning of the Primaris aggressors over the ridge. Although I don't think that actually works for you because, you know, high ground is... Oh, I suppose it's light cover up here. But then it does force you to walk the long way around when the Necron Lord throws down a Cena beam. Such a nuisance. A Necron Lord coming in, giving him a squeeze, and always going for the dick. He stabs someone. And a potential decap. Sorry, a tactical thingy-madoodad. Oh, no, never mind. Thankfully, the Primaris Defender saved the day. I can flip that was something. And oh, what do you know? It's Unification. I've now got to redo the whole bastarding thing again. Hold on, let me redo things. Alright, and we're back. I don't know if this is the correct place, but sod it, we're doing it live. Well, I'm doing it live. You're watching the recording of it. Yeah, so what we got going on, I've also put the precast models on, so all the colours are going to be odd. But you know what? I'm tired, not angry, just disappointed. That's okay, the game is continuing. The game might stutter a bit because of the no pre-cache models. Whatever, we've got Terminators, we've got Primaris Aggressors, we've got Infernus Marines, we've got an Orbital Bombardment. Happy days for everyone involved, I would say personally, unless of course you're a Necron, in which case you're about to be set on fire from multiple different angles. But the Solar Pulse prevents any kind of fun from happening from the Salamander perspective. But plenty of Razorbacks coming in for a flank, about quadruple Razorbacks. This is, like I said, beautiful, beautiful teamwork from everyone engaged roundabouts here. We've got Team Spider looking for some recycling, I imagine. And some Dreadnoughts being deep stricken in. Salamanders will hold, but while that's going on, the Sons of Sanguinius are also being an absolute pain in the backside. Do have one squad of Devastators. I see it's going to be really hard to determine which Space Marines on whose side because they're all just random colours now. That's fine, that's okay. I don't want an easy job anyway. On my own man, I can do what I want. Fire is happening. Sorry, my brain's really... It's really hard to come back into a cast midway through. Triple Dreadnoughts, that's going to do things. But where are the Farsight Enclave? What are they doing? What are they up to? They're doing things over there. They're minding their own business. I assume waiting to get into the late tiers and getting their big bad units out. All Necrons seem to be dead, apart from the ones over here, which will soon be dead. God Emperor willing. We have a couple of strike teams in the distance, but the Dreadnought says no thank you to your ranged combat. Decides to come in for a couple of punches. Yeah, Shield Drone isn't exactly going to be saving it. Oh no, you're not Shield Drone, you're Pulse Accelerator Drone. Oh, there we go. Well, you don't have to be separated from your friends, I'll throw you towards them, that's fine. These dudes over here are going to get shot up. You have a Piranha Skimmer TX-42. Like your regular Piranha Skimmers, but with more shooty bits. So the Dreadnoughts are down. The Sternguard Veterans, in fact there's a couple of them now, and also some Deliverers, every 7889. So that's too much for the Assault Marines to really deal with, but that's okay, you know what I mean? That they've contained the Raven Guard, which is more than they really need to worry about. They've contributed to their team in some way, shape or form, and the centre is now going to be switching back on over to Team 2, I reckon. The Blood Angels capturing the Relic, and Berserk's got a Relic over here as well. I've not actually seen any Relic units from the Farsight Enclave before, so wondering what kind of things they'll be able to bring to the table. Because an Aircast War Factory, it's got Skyrim missile gunships, also a whole panoply of lads on the back lines. Oh, right, so you're not going to send them in at the moment. You're just waiting for the big stuff. Very exciting. Assault Veterans come in. We have some Death Company lads as well, with their Raveny wings. Orbital Bombardment comes down, but the Assault Marines will just reposition themselves. Vindicator ideal for destroying large swaths of heavy infantry. Also, that Dreadnought's got a plasma generator. Plasma gun on him. Necrons, though, from the right-hand side, assaulting the Salamanders once again, keeping... I mean, it's just... Team 2, I've said, do we want to be aggressive? Yes, we do. Unrelenting pressure from all sides. Death Company have been slowed down a little bit. Tactical Veterans with their heavy bolters. The Death Company seems to be waxing and waning in numbers very quickly. They can't go back now. They've committed to the engagement, point blank refusing to run away. But the rest of the Assault Marines, have you died, Assault Marines? You have. Yep, looks like it. Oh well. That's good. That's good from the perspective of Team 1. Managing to hold their own on this side, but this does mean that the Blood Angels have now got a lot of free squad cap to be able to bring out some more impressive units. Terminators and Deliverers. Postmen in tactical armour, that's what they are. Ready to bring forth the Amazon Prime shopping. Necrons again been handily fed off by the Salamanders, so good job team, good job team. Wow, this is really loud in my ears. I mean, guns, these guys Michael Jacksoning their way out of harm's way. We are going to see Tier 4, Strength of Sanguinius, Assault Terminators, all the good stuff. So this could be a difficult assault for the Dark Angels to really contend with. Vindicated, nice choice, like I say, for the Terminators, but even a direct hit, and they're relatively healthy at the moment. Just a Librarian to engage a glorious hand-to-hand combat with the Prior Skimmer. Could really do with this roster of really powerful heroes to come in and do some stuff, but they are not. They're saying, right, just hold on, we're going to wait till we get a full party before we go out. Tier 4 about to finish for NP. Also got more Devastators coming out. Some long-range support from the Skyro Missile Defense gunship. And Necrons doing necrophagy. Ah, there's the Scorpion Destroyers. Beautiful unit doing beautiful things. No one here really to defend. I suppose since everyone's being really aggressive on this side, might be a potential player trade here. You have a Skyro Missile gunship being messed around by the Dreadnoughts. Plenty of las cannons and a graviton gun. Just to switch off the opponents. Anytime you shoot them with that weapon, they just kind of just stand there, mind their own business. You're getting from the orbital relay tower. Assault Terminators and Librarian Dreadnought. We'll probably need to rebuild that then. Oh, the Reclusium. Oh, because we're trying to get Commander Dante. He will definitely do some major stuff in the defense if they can hold the line. Tau now coming in. Dreadnought does a big upper hook. Knocks them around. Remora drone. The hero's just still standing. Come on, get involved. You could potentially defend all of this if your heroes, if they came in. Khorne Berserk being uncharacteristically defensive, or taking his foot off the pedal. Salamander's having to do what they can. Necronlord ties up the Primaris aggressors. And the HQ is down. Do you have the ability to rebuild that? You do. So I'd recommend you do that. Then again, the Blood Angels have also lost their HQ as well. Dear oh dear. So it has truly been a player trade here. Orbital Bombardment takes care of the Swordfish gunships. We'll fly away there. And a regular old Hammerhead gunship coming on in. It's just madness and mayhem. Librarian Dreadnought willing to get involved in close combat with his magical abilities and such. Raven Guard stealthing around, being an absolute nuisance. And the Blood Angels and the Salamanders, well and truly, have been boofed. Although it's very impressive that the Necrons just kind of did this solo, whereas this was like a team effort from multiple people. You know what? They do say that let me say that again. They do say that teamwork does make the dream work. When the words work. Sub-Commander Torchstar ready to set everyone on fire. Company Commander is blasted apart. The Dreadnought from Eri. Throwing everything he's got at him. It's hard to say really which team has the advantage at the moment, as it's basically 2 versus 2 at this point. We do have the Salamanders able to defend stuff over here. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning for the critical location. Countdown victory. And you're going to go for a Tiger Shark. Oh, look at that. Don't see a Tiger Shark very often. The unit rather than the player. The Necrons are so strong when tier 2.5 is hit. We've also got that Canoptech Spider recycling all the men on the back lines. Scorpion Destroyers can't do anything against the flying Stormhawk Inceptors. Dreadnought holding his own up against them. Just giving them the old Spinneroonie. One by one those Scorpex go down. The Primaris aggressors always been bothered by that Necron Lord. But it does seem that the Necron assault is falling foul. Current timings at the moment 55 seconds to decap some critical locations. Do at the moment have all of them? Question mark? Oh, Terminators for Mialich gets decap on one of them. Needs to do the same on another. The Farsight Enclave sat back, got their economy on the go, and now that they've got all those really powerful vehicles, able to break through firing lines of the Raven Guard. That's what you are. That's what you still are. Solid defense there. Orbital bombardment taking care of a couple of things. 14 seconds left. It does not look like anyone's gone for any of the other critical locations. One unfortunate situation, but that being said, that the Dark Angels were also being boofed quite hard by Flazo here. So he leaves the game, and there we go. That is the game in its entirety. So Team 2 managing to get that victory. But so, yeah, just Team 2 deciding, right, we're just going to play pure aggressive at the moment. Really, really likes the Blood Angels from NP being constantly aggressive with that big swarm of Assault Marines, constantly keeping the Raven Guard inside their base. I mean, wonderful teamwork from these guys as well, from the Dark Angels and the Raven Guard, able to then get some revenge on these guys, but the player trade really didn't really work in their favour, as Necrons had enough to ride solo going in and taking on another base. So that was that. So I can't remember who sent this game in, because your name is different on the Discord from the players in the game. But cheers to you, young man, for sending that game in. Thanks to Player Support for supporting the channel. Have a look at the Discord if you want to help me in my life and stuff. And we'll see you all in the future. Peace.